Good afternoon. We're going to do a video on multifamily properties. Right now on Stellar MLS, there are 845 properties that are available for consideration if you're looking at buying income or buying multifamily. We're going to go ahead and make it so it's a little bit more geographically desirable, at least to go look at them. I guess we'll get all these. All right. We're down to 437. So most of the people that I talk to are investors. And if you're going to be an investor, then you're going to want to do it based on price. So you can't compare duplexes to fiveplexes to triplexes. So let's look at the duplexes first. There's 274 duplexes available. Let's say for the value investor, 250,000, there's 6 of them. These are the 6 cheapest, probably roughest. Oh, look, there's a block home in Zephyr Hills, $195,000. It's rented out. It's 1,560 square feet, and it was built in 1969. So that's the best deal, or I don't know if it's the best deal. It's the first one that's come up. All right, here's 210,000 for a duplex. It's a 2-1 on one side and a 1-1 on the other. Hudson, Florida. Here we have a single property in downtown Newport Richey for $210,000. I don't know why it's an investment property, but maybe it is 2 units. It's 2 units. They must be back to back. Interesting. Anyway, this is $210,000, and it's in Kinney subdivision. It's not in the city of Newport Richey. I was going to say if it's in the city of Newport Richey, this is very special, but it's not. Brook Street in Tampa. Now, this is a 1918. See, if this is an old frame house, you got to be careful because the termites in Florida are pretty bad. Here we have $239,000 for a duplex, and it's nice. Built in 1945, though. Inverness, $250,000. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. If we're going to be smart shoppers, we're going to want to buy in non-flood zones. So let's just take the flood zones out. So we're down to 5, and then let's say we only want block homes. There's 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the pendings to see if there's anything in this criteria that got bought and how quickly. This will give us an idea of what the strength of the market is. So this was under contract in 55 days. And let's look at the solds, because the solds are actually the actual. 4 of them have sold. Hillsborough County, 7 days on the market, asking $270, sold for $190. It just goes to show making lowball offers can work. Sarasota asking $225, sold for $200 in 25 days. Asking $242, sold for $245 in 1 day. And the final one, asking $250, sold for $250 in 5 days. So it just goes to show the ones that are well priced are going to sell the fastest. Okay, so now we want to take a look at the triplexes. There's only one triplex below 250, so let's go up 300. I just want to get to where there's 5 or 6 of them. There are none. There's still that only one. Let's go to 450. Because 450, you're paying $150,000 a side. There's only 3 triplexes for less than $450,000 that are not in a flood zone and that are on a paved road. The non-flood zones will make it easier. If you flood and you've got tenants in there and they're expecting to be provided housing, it's a little stressful. This is $245,000 in Northport. It's been on the market for 40 days. St. Pete, $350,000. Oh, it looks like it might have flooded, but it's not in a flood zone. They're doing a deep repair. Martin Luther King, 3 units. Is it both these buildings? Oh, that's interesting. All right, $450,000, 98 days on the market. All right, so let's look at the pendings and the solds. Now we're only doing the low end of the market on each of these criteria. So don't, I mean, there's dozens of choices above the price ranges that we're talking about here. All right, here's a triplex, low ceilings, built in 1958. Annual income $48,600, 2121 and a 11. And this is the only pending. Went under pending after 297 days. Let's go ahead and look at the solds. Only 4 have sold in the last 6 months in this criteria. Dunedin. Oh wow, probably triplex for 285. That's a great deal, I bet you. What a great location. Dunedin, I mean, cash only. So it had some issues. Bradenton, 359, sold for 295 in 9 days. St. Pete, 400,000, sold for 395. A main house and a back duplex. Brand new roof, nestled in the vibrant heart of United Central. And then the final one in Bradenton, 48.9 in income, 42,000 in net income. I wonder how they calculated that. You cannot rely on these numbers. All right, so what we're doing is we're analyzing the market, and we're going to look at the low end of each criteria. So we just did triplexes. So let's do quads. All right, in this whole criteria, there's 79 properties. Let's go back to, we did 450, so let's do 550 and see how this looks. And there are none under 550. Let's do 750. There's 35. Okay, so there's a magic number in here. 600, 28, 550, 21. We are doing quads, right? Yeah. 450 for a quad. All right, that's where the breakdown is. 450 to 550 is quite a bit of difference. Okay, I don't know how that should be on our list. We should be. You know what happened? I took out the flood zones and the paved roads. X 500, and we want block. I didn't do paved roads. All right, we're down to 1. So let's go to 525. Just like to get 5 or 6 of them to know. Okay, there's 6 of them. So you can buy quads for below 525. Winter Haven, 4 units for 449. 4 units for 459. 4 units for 460. Gainesville, whole building. Another one in Gainesville. They're probably University of Florida. Student rentals. 2 ones, 2 ones. Throws off 42,000 in annual income, 50,000 gross. All right, now what's the market look like for these? Let's find out. Pending are 7. There's more pendings than actives. Yeah, this might be an interesting criteria right here. Let's look at this. Under contract at 146 days, 115 days, 319 days, 47 days, 40 days, 90 days, Wow, did you see the income on this one? $75,000 in income. Yeah, remember, you can't trust these. You have to verify. And what they're not doing is they're not including the expenses, or they're not including all the expenses, or I don't know what they're doing, but it's pretty easy to analyze. 133 and 231s. These are supposed to be quads, and they only have 3 units mentioned. No, 3 1 1s. Excuse me, three. I don't know what it is. All right, so anyway, we've looked at the pendings. Let's look at the solds. 22 sold. That's too many. Let's go back 90 days or 89 days. 12. Let's go back 45 days. So the quad market is pretty dynamic. There's a lot going on in there. 5 solds. Jacksonville asking 379, sold for over the asking price. Ocala, 6 days to go under contract. 0 days to go under contract. 11 days. It's just over and over and over again. You see that the good deals sell fast. That is so. It's a recurring pattern. All right, let's look at 5 or more. 577 of them in the history. Let's go to actives. Only 2 at 525. So let's go to 650 for 5 units. There's 5 of them. $220,000. 1 unit in a building of 5 and more. This is such. It's not right. You're getting 1 unit out of 5. All right, here we go. Said 5 units for $250,000, built in 1960. This might be 5 1-bedroom, 4 bedrooms and more. No, these are 5 1-bedroom, 1 bath. I'll call you back. I don't believe this listing at all, so let's keep moving. 5 or more. Selling 3 units. And they're calling it it's just not the right way to list this, but it's okay. I'm not in compliance. Now, I have these as block homes, but they sure look framey to me. 6-unit apartment, 100% occupied, $574,000, net annual income, $57,000. This has 6 units. St. Pete, $650,000. They don't have the numbers here. All right, so we're staying below our 650,000. Let's go to pending. We have 2 pendings in the 5-plexes. 249,000 went under contract in 4 days. $449,000 went under contract in 133 days. Yeah, you want to do the multifamily checklist on these. If you are going to be shopping for these, ask for my multifamily checklist so that we can make sure that we appropriately do the analysis. Daytona Beach, 369,000, sold for 300,000 in 48 days. Total number of units 2. Property style 5 or more. That's annual income $1 million, $540,000. Prime future development 4.9 acres with conditional county approval in Lakeland. 12 to 14 single family lots. Wow, this is very interesting. Oh, this is a sold. It's sold for 20,000 less. Yeah, somebody got a lot on their plate all of a sudden. $599,000 sold for $595,000 in 48 days. I'm not taking calls. I'm doing a video. I'll call you back. Okay. $750,000 sold for $650,000, 5 units in Apopka. That's Orange County. Apopka's Seminole County. They got that wrong. Well, anyway, I'm Randy Jenkins, and I put out content now and then for people who have an interest in looking and analyzing and shopping and talking. And I appreciate the opportunity to compete for your real estate business. If you don't want to get on my email list and have to deal with emails and texts, go to this Randal Jenkins Florida Real Estate Partners on Facebook. Okay, Randal Jenkins, Florida Real Estate Partners. Here's where you're going to find all my current content. We have appraisals. We're talking about new home sales. We're talking about properties themselves, market trends, the baby boomers inheriting the world, NAR. Oh my gosh, if you don't know about NAR and the realtor lawsuit, go on YouTube and watch my video there. Anyway, I'm Randy Jenkins. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you these insights, and I wish you the best. Oh, I should wave goodbye. Let me wave goodbye. Bye.